Hi all, welcome back to more of the other side of the hill. So this is my part. Um, I think this is 29, isn't it? I was going to say 28 there, but I think it's 29. Yeah, I've gotten quite a bit done, so yeah, hopefully get another part here. Maybe even squeeze a bit more in. We'll see. Right, nothing more to talk about. Well, Carlos mentioned that glitch, and now there's videos piling up that I've not watched back, and who knows what's all going wrong. Um, anyway, we just completed a successful Axis offensive in Egypt with, well, I say we completed it, we'll not go to that stage yet, but Sonneblum Ada. Um, so, well, yeah, we're going to find out if it's going to be completely successful now, aren't we? Because we're on the Western offensive and they're going to have a counter attack back on us. So, right, yeah, so Western offensive, right, this is the first time we're going to be looking at landings. So I hope that doesn't cause me more trouble. So we're in the spring. So you want to sort of think, I get the feeling looking back on the video footage that it was more the summer and fall that the landings appeared, but we seen on one card that was like it had landing no matter what, so that wasn't in 1942, right enough, but so well, we're going to see what we're getting. So, well, we've not done this before. So 4.51, I've got it up in the series of play cards here. It's not far from where I'm at, actually. Resolve landings only if both of the following conditions apply. Otherwise, skip the step and proceed to combat. The first condition needs to apply is that at least one landing marker in the landing marker's box. This is only possible from 1942 onwards. We do have one, it's 1942. And the other one is the current season is not winter. Well, you can see it's spring, so that's going to allow it to happen as well, sadly. Let's just hope we don't draw the card though. So both conditions above apply, draw a combat card, and then we look at the landings table. So let's just do that. So draw a combat card, we're looking at the very bottom section in the grey area, and it's 1942. Right, good. 1942, it would only be in the fall that they would land. And just a quick sneaky look, 18, 26, 28, 24. 18, just zoom out there, and we'll not zoom right in on things. 18 is Great Britain, so we wouldn't do that. And I'm not going to go for Great Britain anyway, so that's always going to be out. 26 is... Right, 26 is North Africa. Then we've got 28, which is Egypt. Well, they wouldn't land in there, no, because we are still... I mean, they would if we took it over, admittedly. They would only land in Suez as well, which would knock us back to Cairo. That's assuming. So they would only land if... I'm guessing it must be... yeah, I suppose I'm not read into that. A landing is allowed if the area is neutral or has an occupied or satellite marker. Neutral, occupied, or satellite. So that's disputed. So it wouldn't land there because it's obviously there. Yeah. So neutral, occupied, or satellite. Right, okay. And then what was the last one? 28 was 24, which is Spain. Ooh, yuck. Yeah. And we know that if they roll a 46 there, Barcelona, and then that's us knocked out. Is that right? Yeah, because if they roll Valencia, we get knocked back to Madrid, but if they roll Barcelona, we get kicked out, yeah. So you can see that would have rolled right... Well, it would have rolled right down there. It wouldn't have done it there. It would have done it in Spain. If that had said spring, they would have landed in Spain. And we would have been hoping for a die roll of 1 to 3, wouldn't we? However, it said fall. Right, Grant. Move on. Right, so no landings. So now we're going to allied combat pawns. Any disputed areas? Well, yeah, clearly they're going to have Egypt, which is disputed. I think that's only one for the western side. However, then adjacent to Western controlled, they've got Spain. That's it now, isn't it? Because we were in the Middle East and they would have been attacking us here. So there's only the two, is that right? Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's just the two, isn't there? There's nothing else adjacent. No, you're okay. Right, so what order do we want to resolve these? Right, so the southern front got knocked down to 2, so we're going to have a combat in the southern front, and we're going to have a combat in the western front. The western front one's at 3. I don't think it matters then, does it, really? No, I don't think it matters, Grant. I'm going to go for Spain first then, I think. But what are we? We're defending and rough in both areas, I believe. Am I not saying Kesselring's going to help as well now then? Oh, he is. Yeah. Defending and rough. We were so right to stay there, weren't we? That makes far better sense. Even more so that we've got this guy in charge of the OB. Yeah. And then when we've got hopefully we can get this to 3 armies and then go for the attack next year. Bring Rommel in again and then advance into Suez. Take Suez. Then we're still going to get attacked from Libya though. Anyway. Right, so yeah, I'm going to do Spain first. We'll do Spain first. So there might not be a combat here, isn't there? This is a draw a card thing, so let me get the combat cards ready. So, combat card, Western Faction, 1942, attacking. 1942, oh, it's a bad one. Well, would you have preferred this in Spain? Well, I don't know, actually. So, we're going to get 2 air results and 3 dice. Oh dear. Okay. So let's put that down there. Yeah, maybe we might have preferred this to have been in Egypt, because at least we would have got Kesselring. Although we would have been more than likely they getting an extra dice, because more than likely they would have been kicking us down there. However, so there is an attack. So activate generals. Well, we've got Von, whatever he is. It's not any good to us. There's no point bringing him out, Grant, is there? The one that's in the Western OB, he doesn't do anything anyway. So let's not bother bringing him out when it comes to time. So who have we got? We've got Von Reckenow. We changed him about, didn't we? Did it make it any better? Is it going to make it better? Defending and rough? What of Von Reckenow? No, he's only useful when attacking. So again, I'm going to bring out, what's his name? Keep doing it the way I was doing it. Is it Von Runstead, isn't it? Aye. I'll bring them out, make it look right, the way I've been doing it. Right, so we need to find a leading general that's going to help, because they're getting 3 dice here. We are defending and rough though, so forget them, we're going to get 3 dice as well. Okay, so 6 is our highest available. So we get to dig at the 6. Look at the 6s and the 5s. Oh, there's quite a lot, isn't there? Well, there can be a lot, and then you look through them all, and then there's only 2 or 3 that are of any good. But it's different situations, you know. This is defending in rough against the Western faction. So, right, let me have a look. Oh, yeah, I don't have many choices at all. I've got 2 generals that do something, and they're not great. This guy, now, one reckon I was an 8, so that's fine, yeah. The highest I've got is a 6. Against the Western faction, defending any, cancel 1, air result in the allied combat rule. I think he's probably the best. I mean, we've got this guy as well, defending in any, cancel any special effect in the combat card. Well, we could cancel one of the air, but this guy seems slightly better, because if they happen to get 2 air in their die rolls, then one of them's going to be a hit, whereas we can cancel one and then the other one will affect the air naval control. Pretty sure that's how that works. So we'll take Karl Heinrich von Stumpnagel, or however it's meant to be pronounced. Right, he was a 6 as well, so which is fine. And probably better trying to take the 6s so that then we can dig down to the 4s eventually. Okay, so that's our guys, that's our generals. I brought out 1 Runestead after all. So 2 aircraft, 2 dice to roll for the special effect first. And then, yeah, I mean, our only general effect is to cancel one of them. It's not within this roll, though, because it's within the allied combat roll, which this is not that. No. Resolve special effects listed in the combat. It's not, this isn't part of the combat roll as such. I don't think so. I mean, it's... I'm pretty sure I asked about this. Did I not ask about this or mention it before? Yeah, no, I did. I went and asked. Like, can we use him right now to cancel one of these results? And the answer was no, because this isn't the allied combat roll. So they're getting to roll 2 of these, and as long as they get 1 aircraft, they'll reduce our air naval control in the Western Front by 1. There we go. And they miss. Good. Yeah, that doesn't matter when the USA are at war as well, that one. It's just a strategic warfare. I talked about that last time. So that's a good start. So they don't affect our air naval control. But now, however, they are going to roll 3 dice for the combat, and these are the things we don't want to see now. In fact, we want to see an aircraft. Well, ideally, we want to see a couple of aircraft, so we can cancel one of them. Right, so they're getting 3 dice. We are going to be getting 3 dice, though, because we're defending in rough. So, anyway, here's their 3. Not missing anything. Let's just double check. Air naval control's not helping either party. +1s, no, not for Spain. Yeah, that's it. So they're rolling 3 dice. Here we go. Combat's in rough. Oh, that's horrible. That's 3 hits. No aircraft. Really? Yeah, that's bad. Okay, so we are on 2 grey dice for 2 regular armies. We're defending in rough, so we get an extra white dice. Our generals do nothing. I mean, that one general was going to cancel an air. Result in the dice, and we never got any. I mean, even cancelling one of them would have been of use, because at least it wouldn't have been a hat, and we would be able to cancel it and they wouldn't hit our air naval, you know, and then they'd be stuck with 2 hats. That's a cruel result, considering there's 2 aircraft on these dice and an event. But that was a rather unlucky die roll again, but well, I did say we're not really have much joy of them. Right, so we've got 2 grey and a white. And yeah, it's just straight up whatever it is. Oh, remember, we want the anti-aircraft guns. Come on, give me some of them. How about 2 of them? Look at that. Oh, you beauty. Yeah, that's such a strong project to get. I mean, it's clear that you want to do that right away. Well, I say right away, and to be honest, the game doesn't last that long on the offensive for the Axis. It's more about the defensive. I mean, we're into 42, and it's all even 41. We were battling against it. These are huge when you get 2 hits out of them. So that's only 1 hit. That's 2 hits. That's 2 hits because we've completed the assault guns project. So we've got 5 hits to their 3. What was I worried about? Result. So there's no events. Axis is the defender. We've got more hits than them. No retreat. No reduction. No events came up. Excellent. That was a great result because we never even got any hits from the air. And here was me complaining about their die roll. Yeah, that project is huge. So that goes away. These 2 go back and command. And this guy who didn't help us but didn't matter has been activated. When dismissed or removed from play. That's fine. He's just activated as a 6. Okay, combat's over. No harm in Spain. Good. Right, over to Egypt. Hopefully we can achieve some more results. Yeah, just keep rolling the anti-aircraft guns. Where they are. Right, we're defending in rough again, so that's good. But we need to draw a combat card again. Western faction 1942 on attack. 1942 on attack. It's only a strategic event. Good. So we're not having to face anything this time. Now the USA isn't at war yet, so yeah, 1942 they're on attack. So this just goes away and we draw a strategic event card. Here we go. Me must have just talked my way into that. We've also got misfortune here as well. Roll 1 Western die. If the result is aircraft, air naval control value in the Western front -1. Okay, it's not awful. With any other result, +1 to that value. Okay. So this is going to happen, this is going to happen, and this is going to happen. Right, let's do this first. It doesn't feel like it matters in what order you do these. I do feel like maybe you should be doing these first, but it's just to make it easier with the card. And I don't think this affects any of that, or that affects any of this. Now hold on. No, because it's telling you there what it does. It doesn't matter if the USA was at war or not. It's not really saying that, is it? Operation Cerberus. Right, I'll leave the card there just now, and we'll roll a die. 1 Western die. So we're just not wanting an aircraft result, which would be really good. If we get an aircraft result, Western front -1, any other result +1. There we go. And now we do get it. Ouch. Right, so -1 to the Western air naval control. Okay, that's that done. Well, let's just do the misfortune first. I need to remind myself. Oh, good, I flipped to the right page there. So, is it not? Does it tell us on? No. Roll a grey die. Treat any result other than a hit as no result. Right. So grey die. We've not had this yet, and I'm still sort of. I'm going to have to go through all my generals. I feel. I feel like if it comes... Well, let's just hope there's no hat. Oh, there is this time. Okay, so this misfortune is going to trigger. So if the misfortune recurring event is triggered, well, yeah, on a result of hat, select an eligible general to be affected by the event. All generals with a misfortune section on their cards are eligible in the year indicated in the card. Year indicated in the card. Yeah, it's on the actual general's card, isn't it? Yeah. Year indicated in the card, and in all later years. So it's 1942 we are looking at. It gives you an example. Rommel is eligible for misfortune recurring event in the years 1944 and 1945. And that's because, well, let's just have a look at him. He can only be affected from 44 and then a year later than that, and obviously the game only goes up to 45. So he's not going to be eligible. However, there are going to be some. If there's no eligible generals in play, ignore the misfortune event. If there's only one eligible general, select him. If there's more than one eligible general, select one at random. Remove the selected general's marker and card from play. If the marker was in an AG head or OB head box in the map, replace it with a vacancy marker. Right, there's no talk of Black Orchestra cards or Unrest drop-in with this, because it's slightly different. He's not being questioned. It's been, that tells you on the card what, like Rommel's one is wounded in the air attack. Some of them have a heart attack and some of them commit suicide and whatever. So I'm just going to have to assume that we're looking at available, activated, and in command. I wonder if I should just have a glance in BGG just in case. And yeah, I mean that if I can't find any, that's what I'm going to do, because I think that's probably how it's meant to be. Okay, it doesn't look like there's any on BGG. I'm not going to go and ask a question here. I'm just going to take what I think is going to be the answer and select one from any of them. There's more likely going to be more than one, so we're going to have to randomise it. But let me look through the pile. Okay, this doesn't look too good. There was none in the activated pile anyway. There was one in the available pile with the date, within the dates, and then there was two in command. So the one in the available pile is this guy, 1941 onwards, Fallen from Grace. So only in southern France. I mean, I'd like this guy just to go, even though he's a 6 seniority, which is, you probably want to keep the lower ones around, but you can only be using southern France on the attack into it's into Metz, isn't it? Into the Black Fortress. So, and then the other two that are in command is Reckenow. So his is 1941 onwards Heart Attack. Where do we have him? We have him in Spain. So actually, I wouldn't mind so much him coming up as well, because and he's an 8 seniority. The one I don't think I want is the next one, and he's in command as well, and he's in command in the disputed Egypt right now, and it's Strauss. Well, although we've got to defend a little bit, his attack was pretty good. Anyway, he's 1941 poor health. So there's 3. So I'm going to have to randomise these. So let me just put 1, 2, 3. I'll just put them in that order. So we're going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I kind of don't want a 5 or a 6 here. Here we go. 4. Right, okay. So it's not... It is one of our in command. It's Reckenow, isn't it? It's in command of Spain. The good thing is we're going to get to replace him with somebody else. So he has suffered a misfortune and he's had a heart attack. So he's gone. So we take him away. Not looking at it, no, it's not Q attempt. Remove the selected general's marker and card from play. If the marker was in an AG head or OB head box in the map, replace it with a vacancy marker. So he's getting removed from the game. Yeah, removed from play. I think he can still go in the pile that's up here. It's just I want to feel like there was a way of him coming back. Possibly. He can come back from a heart attack. I don't know. You know what? I might just leave him separate so that I remember that he suffered a misfortune to become here and these guys didn't. Hopefully I'll remember that. And then so his marker might goes with him. And that then creates a vacancy in Spain. No AG anymore. Okay, well, it wasn't that great anyway. I mean, we weren't doing any attacking in Spain, so now we might well be able to get somebody defensive in there that can do something. So that might be a good result. Right, so these can go back. He was in the available pile. He's a 6, which is our highest, isn't it? Yeah, I didn't move anything about. And Strauss is obviously, he's the one that's in Egypt. He's back in command. So, coming back to that, we have resolved this, and unfortunately went against us. We have resolved the misfortune. Right, let's resolve the USA commitment track then. There's probably not too much to this because events, increase USA commitment, move the USA one box to the right. If it enters the war box, activate the US 7.2, so it's entering the war box. Activates the US 7.2. Yeah, and it's pretty, it's not really much to that. Like I say, I mean, it's abstracted, isn't it? So, USA activation. USA can be activated as a result of Declaration of War in USA, political directive card, which we didn't use, or because the USA commitment marker enters a war box in its track as a result of an event, which is what's happened. And activating the USA doing the following: move the USA commitment marker to the war box in its track if it's not already there. Well, it is there. It is no longer affected by the increased USA commitment recurring event. Right, we can forget about the recurring events, USA and the USSR. And then step 2 is starting this turn until the end of the game, count hit results on the strategic warfare segment as hits. So see, that is all it does. And like I say, all it does, it's not going to be good for us, but like I say, it is just that. There's not, well, there could be cards that come up saying if the USA's at war, something bad might happen, maybe. Right, this card's done. It's going away. Yeah. Not to come back. That was a strategic event. That was... Ooh, wait now. Yeah, that was from our combat card draw, wasn't it? I'd put that away, which... That much time had went by that I forgot. It was this card, and I discarded that. Right. Okay, and that was for the attempt at combat in Egypt. That would have been... No, it wouldn't have mattered. Yeah, okay. Right, that's... what am I at? 28 minutes. Right, let's keep going. Let's get a Soviet offensive going. Why not? Right, I don't think I need to scroll back to that. I'm open at the sequence of play combat cards, so I'll just look at the rulebook for that maybe. Soviet offensive segment. Yeah, disputed marker, they controlled, do not place, no Soviet offensive. When there are no allied combat pawns left on the map, remove all no Soviet offensive. Yeah, sorry, that's just at the end of it. Right, so we're going to look for disputed areas, and we're going to have a combat here on this, the Soviet offensive. That's only disputed area, and then however this is adjacent. That's upside down. I think that's meant to be that way, isn't it? Hammer and sickle. It looks like Well, actually, well, maybe it's meant to be that way, isn't it? So then on the map with that, if I go, is it not in the flag? Well, actually, in the flag, it's like that in the corner, isn't it? So I don't think it matters too much, Grant. Well, that's what's got in the flag, I think. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Hungary is adjacent as well. And there should be one more, shouldn't there? Romania, Bulgaria is adjacent. And all these, none of these are blocked by the sort of, they can't attack into. Yeah, it's the same 4, isn't it? It's going to be the same 4 until some things change, I suppose. Okay, so we get to choose. Now, their naval control is not going to matter. There's no +1s to worry about. However, general selection might come into it. This is an attack into river. This is an attack into plains. This is an attack into rough. And this is an attack into rough. So, yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to think, maybe I should order. It doesn't matter. You're not going to change. I'm still going to be between 6s and 5s, seniority wise, so I don't think it matters. Yeah, let's just do top to bottom, I think. I don't think it matters. Okay, Baltic States is disputed. Well, we're going to draw a card. Yeah, there might not be combats. Last time there was no combats, it was just reductions. But we're not in the winter this time. Wait to see. We're not going to see any of the winter snowflakes, eh? Right, hang on. Right, combat card. 1942, the Soviets are attacking. Look at this. Look at this. Where did this one come from? We drew 4 snowflakes the last time. Well, there was at least one of them had a strategic event. This one for 1942's got a reduction and 3 dice. My. Okay. We're getting battered here then. Right, so there's going to be an attack. The reduction's a special effect. And that says apply 1 reduction before combat. So unless we've got a general that can affect that. Well, we've no OB Ost. So who have we got? Is Von Vieks. Because, yeah, he's... Well, hang on here. How does that work? Can I pick a leading general that could stop that reduction? Yes, you can, because I've got to activate participating generals before we do the resolve special effects. Okay, so who am I looking for? Von Vieks. So he's only good when attacking into Roth, so he's not any good. We've not got an OB. So we're defending in river, and we're going to have to suffer a reduction to start with. We do have 1 reduced army. Did I not say? Oh yeah, that was because I was considering taking the reduction down here, and then there would be no reduced armies in the force pool. But I realised that it was, I'm pretty sure, it feels like it's better to stay in LL main. Okay, so 1 reduction, unless we can stop that. Yeah, like I say, Von Vieks is not doing anything for us. So let's look at our leading generals that are 6s and 5s. And let me come back in a minute. Just look at them. This one, we're defending a river, and he's defending a river. It was against the Western faction. That was a bit naughty. God, I thought he was an option. I've got one option up to now though. Still looking defend. So we're defending in river. He's not any good. He's not any good. That's attacking in river. Okay, he's got an option 2 and okay. Right, I've got 3 options. It was a nice finish there to looking through them. So we've got let's zoom out a little bit. We've got Ernst Busch. So remember, so if action defending in any, roll 1 grey die. If the result is a hit, cancel the reduction special effect in the combat card. So I mean, it's a roll of dice to cancel it. I think we've got better than that though. He was a 6 seniority. Got Rudolf Schmidt, who's a 5 seniority. Soviet faction defending in any, cancel 1 hit result in the allied combat roll. So how many dice are they rolling? 3. And we're going to be rolling 4. But 3 white. I want to say that the Soviet dice are brutal. Let's have a little glance. So hit, hit, hit. They've got 3 stars. 1 event. An aircraft and a tank. I don't know, is that any different? It's 1 less hit. Yeah, the Western dice have 2 aircraft results and 2 hits. That's the difference. Soviet dice have 3 hits and 1 aircraft. So yeah, that's the difference. So yeah, cancel 1 of them. Like I say, there's 3 of them on the dice. So it's a 50-50 chance, isn't it? So it's more than likely we're going to be able to get a use out of him. So he's probably better, although, yeah, because we're having to roll to stop the reduction. However, this one, water model, defending against any, cancel any special effect. That's any special effect in the combat card. That straight up cancels that reduction. Aren't you better just going with that then? He's a 5 Busch. Well, I don't want to pick Busch, to be honest. It's between Smith and Model, I think. It's between these two, isn't it? So I'm going to put Busch back. I mean, out of the 3 dice, they're more than like they're definitely going to get a hat. So that's going to work. But actually, if the reduction is going to give us 4 white dice, isn't it? Because we're going to have to reduce that yeah, well, that's why we are using model. So I'm going to use model as my. Now he's a 5 seniority. Weeks is a 7, so that's fine as well. And we'll keep Schmidt for another day. And put them back. Right, so this is what we've got. Know that Schmidt can. Weeks can do anything. The model's going to cancel any special effect in the combat card. So now we move into the resolve special effects, and it was 1942, them on the attack. So we're going to cancel that reduction and move on to roll 3 dice. That means none of these do anything now. Well, but we stopped that. So they're going to roll 3 dice, and we're going to roll 4, a grey and 3 white. Okay, so there are 3 red dice this time. We good to go? Right. They're not the Western faction, so they don't benefit from the naval control. There's no +1s in the Baltic states, no. Yeah, and we're defending a river, so we're not going to get it. Yeah, okay, so 3 red dice. Oh, how about that? 2 combat events. That's quite a unusual result, I would think. So 2 combat events, 1 hat. So I'm feeling pretty confident about winning this battle then. Although, you never know. Right, we don't deal with the events yet. We've got to have a roll. And the air naval controls in the 2 box, so we're not benefiting there. So it's 1 grey dice and 3 white. 3 white. They've got 1 hat. Yeah, They've got one hit, so we need 2 hits here. Oh no, that's terrible. Oh, that's really annoying. So we've got 1 hit each, haven't we? And these events aren't going to matter. Because you can only have two events. Oh, that was dreadful. I mean, I suppose it was quite a lucky roll. We got from them. So this does nothing. We take that away. So it's 1 hit each. Now we go and resolve things. So we've got 2. You can only have 2 combat events up to a maximum of 2. So we'll draw the first one. Well, I'm as well taking these 2 away. Again, I think did somebody not comment that it doesn't matter? I'm not sure. I think somebody made a comment on one of my videos that it doesn't matter who draws the event. I want to feel like there was something I watched in a video that it felt like it mattered who was drawing it. But you know what? It might have been that it mattered, when you play the co-op game, for points and things like that. I think it might have just been that. So we're going to draw 2 combat events. So here's the first one. When released to the USSR. If the USSR is not at war, put this in the next year. Well, it is. If the combat is with the Western faction, no, it would go down the bottom. No, it's not. So roll 1 Western die. If the result is an aircraft or a tank plus 1 hit to the Allied combat roll in this combat, then put this in the new year. Combat is with the Western faction. We put down the bottom. Well, it's not. Right, so we're going to roll a Western die. Yeah, it's when released to the USSR, so it's like them helping, isn't it? So if it's an aircraft... Oh, this is bad. Yeah, this is bad, because we've got 1 hit each. Oh dear. And at the moment, we're the defender. If they're equal, it's 1 reduction or 1 retreat. If they have more than us... Actually, I don't think it matters. No, I don't think it matters. Because the difference is going to be 1 as well. Yeah. Well, what it's going to count as is not going to count as an attrition. It's going to count as a defeat, isn't it? But I don't think that matters here, anyway. This is the sort of case that this would matter with Rommel, if we had Rommel in play. An attrition is not a defeat, which is what we were facing now, but if they do get this result and add 1 hit, then it becomes a defeat. Right, I'm going to roll Western die, and if it's an aircraft or a tank, they're going to get plus 1 hit. Right. Aircraft or a tank. Oh, it's not. How about that? I don't think it mattered. Crap. I think we just said that it didn't matter, did we? I think so. Okay, that was... So this goes in the new year. Yeah, this goes in the new year pile of combat events. So that'll come back next year. And then that resolved that 1 combat event. We've got another one to resolve yet. Alright, so second combat event is Russo-Japanese Non-Aggression Pact. If the USSR is not at war going into the next year, well it is. If the combat is with the Western faction, put down the bottom. They're getting the extra hit now anyway. Well, you did say it didn't matter. So plus 1 hit to the Allied combat roll for every hit rolled. They roll 1 hit, so they're going to get another hit. These would have been brutal if we had... I mean, if I had rolled 2 hits here, that would have been devastating, eh? Okay, this is a one-off use. This card's going away. So basically, well, this would go away, but that turns that into 2 hits to the 1. And then, yeah, this this is done for the game. Okay, so then we resolve the combat. Let's just see now if this does make a difference then. So, it would never have been a victory. If it was an attrition, and they didn't get this extra hit, it would be a retreat or a reduction. If it's a retreat, we flip the army group head questioned. And then if it's a defeat, for every hit in the difference, which is 1, we apply 1 retreat or 1 reduction. So we're going to apply 1 retreat or 1 reduction anyway. If at least 1 retreat or 2 reductions are applied, flip the leading general and activate army group head. The question sides, more than 1 retreat or 2 reductions, flip the OB as well. So as long as I just take a reduction, I'm good. Yeah. The worrying factor here, no. Yeah, that might have been hit. That might have been a reason to check what order you do these combats. Because like I said, there's only 1 reduced army in the pool. Yeah, so it wouldn't have mattered the result. So the result is a defeat, and we've got to take 1 retreat or reduction. Ideally a reduction. We don't want to retreat out of there. So yeah, I'm going to take a reduction in order, obviously, as Panzer irregular, regular reduced. And there is 1 reduced army left, so I can take the regular hit to reduced. Nobody becomes questioned. Combat's done. Yeah, so combat card goes away. Von Weeks goes back in command, and Model's done his thing, which he did do a thing, so. Right, yeah, what I was concerned there was, if we take a reduction in Poland, we reduce Panzer Army to regular, which we can do. If we take a reduction in either Hungary or Romania or Bulgaria, at the moment though, we're going to have to lose a reduced army. Yeah, well, you know what? Okay. What am I at? 48 minutes. I think, is this going to be me for the night? Yeah, probably. Yeah, I can't really stretch another one. To be honest, I think I've done 3 parts today, which was pretty good going. Well, what I might do is I'll stretch this out, and it might go, it's more than likely going to go over an hour anyway, in our 15 minutes or so. We've got a military directive check to do, and etc. Yeah, okay. So I don't know which one. Why did I leave Poland? The last time I seem to recall, I left Poland till not the very last combat, but there was a reason for it. I can't remember what it was. I don't know. I'm just gonna go for. I'm going to go for Romania, Bulgaria next. I think. So, yeah, and we've no Eastern Front OB. So, well, maybe it's dependent on the generals then. We've got, oops, I'm getting a mess here. Von Manstein. I want to say he is going to help. We're defending rough there. Yeah, we're defending rough there, and plains there in Poland. That's, I think, what the issue might have been. Well, Manstein. Oh, he's really good. Yeah, he's only against the Soviet faction. He's really good. So, yeah, you've got a sort of tricky decision with him, man, because his first ability, the controlling player may change the result of any one die in the Axis or allied combat roll for the result of his choice. So he's going to be tricky for the way I do things when not rolling them all together. So I'm going to have to decide. Well, hold on. Is that different? Maybe that's different this time. Maybe I can wait and see. Because this isn't a reroll as such, is it? I think it's fair for me to roll the allied dice and then say, right, I'm going to roll the Axis dice and then bring this guy in and say, right, I'm going to change the result of one of these. Yeah, I think so. What did you say, Carlos? That okay? For the way I'm doing it, anyway. You know, for the way I'm doing it. Maybe the in the spirit of the game, I really, the way I'm doing it, I should really change. You know, if I wanted to change an allied combat roll, I would have to do it before I roll the Axis. Because yeah, I don't know. It's slightly different. Anyway, so but he's good, and then he can obviously be in the OB Ost box. Controlling player may re-roll one die in the Axis combat roll. The second result must be applied. I mean, as a fact, his first ability is better, isn't it? But he's the only one that can do anything in OB Ost. So yeah, when you get the chance to put him there, you're probably going to do it. Right, let's. I don't know. Right, we're going to resolve combat here. Let's just do that. You're faffing about too much, Grant. So I'm going to draw a combat card. We're defending in rough. So Soviet faction, 1942 on the attack. We get a strategic event. This is about the strongest I've got. And we're just seeing what he does. Probably would have preferred that to be in the combat. Right, anyway, 1942, Soviets on it. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one. Well, that's even better. What did I look at? I looked at the Western. I thought I was drawing a strategic event. 1942, and these were the ones that we were getting all in the winter. So that's going to be nothing. And that'll be that. Because it's not winter. And that is it. It's just in the winter, isn't it? If it's winter, apply one reduction before combat. There was no number after that. So there's no combat. Okay, let's just leave Poland to last then. Let's do Hungary. I don't know how. Von Kukor. Right, well, we'll just... no, wait. Could he be the guy that draws 2 cards? Yeah, I forgot about that. I think he might be, actually. No, he's not. Cancel the reduction special effect in the combat card. So you would have been good against that first combat in the Baltic States. Who's the guy that allows you to draw 2 then? It's Von Lieb. Oh, he's the one in Poland then. Right, okay. Right, so we're doing Hungary first. So it's just one card, one combat card. Against Soviets, 1942, they're attacking. So would have been a reduction if it's winter, but also a strategic event. I'll leave the card there this time because I felt like a lot of time went by the last time and I got myself almost muddled up. Right, so draw a strategic event. So no combat. Here we go. Right, misfortune again, and remember we can forget about the USSR commitment and the US commitment. USA 8th Air Force, can't be good. If the USA is not at war, it would have went down the bomb, and they've just become at war. So, air naval control value in the Germany box -1. What? I'm not happy about that. This first time it's dropped. And we're going to suffer that, aren't we? Because there's nothing we can do to move that up. Yeah. We don't get the chance to move that up until the bombing of Germany is going to come, which is going to reduce our replacement. So that's going to drop. And I'm doing that in that order. And then we're going to check for misfortune. So roll a grade die. And if it's a hit, bad things happen. It's not a hit. Remember, it's just the cross that would do it. So we got away with that one. So that event is done. And it's not coming back, is it? No, it is not. Okay, not good. But yeah, things are not good a lot, I think, now. So that was that. Reduction and strategic event. Well, reduction if it had been one now. Done. Done in Hungary. Right, and then the final one is in Poland. So, right, draw a combat card for Poland. Soviet faction, 1942 on the attack. Oh, what? Right, that's it. Oh, just as well move that satellite army. So I think that's the satellite army gets eliminated. 4 dice though. Oh my. Right. No, we noticed Von Lieb. Oh, stop. We get the chance to draw 2. God, I just talked about it. So hang on, we've got Von Bock and Von Lieb. They're both 9s. If they weren't 9s, do we get the choice? No, I think you've got to use the highest, haven't you? I wouldn't mind reading that. It's definitely going to be the highest, I think. But what I wouldn't mind reading is it my choice? Yeah, somebody answered this question, didn't they? To me. I think. Hang on. Head of Army Group activation. Activate the head of the Army Group with the highest seniority factor in the combat area. The head of operations resolves any ties. Remember, we're the head of everything. So yeah, it has to be the highest, and we get to choose which one. So it's Von Bock and Von Lieb. And remember, I think Von Lieb's going to allow me to draw another card and get to choose between the two, which is... Unless Von Bock... There's something more amazing than that. Oh, Von Bock's only... Oh, hang on. Is Von Lieb when defending? Grant. No, he's not. Von Lieb's when attacking into any terrain, and Von Bock's when attacking in any terrain. So they're both hopeless. Which one would probably... Von Bock's got the special bit down below, which I remember missing earlier on in the game, but it didn't matter, because I wasn't able to second advance. But after erecting the combat, a second advance must be conducted if the terrain allows it. So I wouldn't have wanted him down in Egypt anyway. Yeah. So I think Von Lieb's ability is better than his. Cancels one. I mean, bear in mind, none of them are going to affect this combat, but I'm just putting somebody out there because if things go wrong, I'd prefer Von Bock to be dismissed, I think. So anyway, coming back to it, we're not getting to draw another combat card, because Von Lieb doesn't allow it. Unless we're attacking. Right, this little symbol is eliminate one satellite army in the area before combat. If none add 1 hit to the Soviet die roll. Come on, really? They're getting 4 dice and they're already got a hit? See, in that model could have cancelled that if we've used him now. And mode always cancel any effect, which I think when I start looking through the Whedon generals, I'm not going to get somebody else that can do that, I don't think. Right, anyway. Well, we do get to pick our generals first. They're getting 4 dice, so that's ridiculous. Right, we've not got an Obiost. So this is the general we're going to use between the 2 that are in Poland. Feather van Bock. And we need to find a leading general. We have 6s or 5s to choose from, so give me a second. Yeah, so just looking at the first guy, Ernst Busch here. He's not any good, so he just cancels the that special effect, which is a different special effect from the little flag on the yellow background, so that's not any good. It's Western faction. Defending against any... Are we rolling a black die? We are, so he's going to be useful. Defending in any... Von Kleist, add +1 hit to Axis combat roll for every black die that is rolled. We're rolling 1, so... Well, at least we've got him. That's attacking. Defending in river. We're defending in plains, aren't we? Oh my. So you've got the risk of tanks coming up, but we've also got the possibility... Oh, we've only got 1 black die though, Grant. We need that to be a tank. We really need that to be a tank, I think. Oh, hang on. Defending in plains. Erman Hoth. The controlling player may change 1 grey result for 1. No, it's not any good. Attacking in plains, attacking in river, defending in any... Yeah, this is the other guy we looked at before. So cancel 1 result in allied combat roll. So between him and Von Kleist... Von Kleist a 6, which makes me feel like... I mean, there's quite a few 6s left, though. Well, that's guaranteeing us 1 hit. Yeah, we're not taking a reduction. They're not getting a satellite army, but they're getting 1 hit before they roll 4 dice. That's guaranteeing us 2 hits, really, innit? Hopefully 3 if we roll a tank. Whereas... Yeah, that is going to probably cancel 1 hit. Yeah, I'm going to use Von Kleist then. Just in case. I mean, there's a possibility that you might not roll a hat out of 4 dice. Yeah, very unlikely, but I suppose it is possible. Okay, so that's our choice. So we can't cancel that special effect. With no satellite army in there, so that's them getting 1 hat to start with. So I'm going to take... There's enough dice, isn't there? So I'm going to take 1 red dice and put it on the card now. Hopefully I don't get confused by that. And then we're going to roll their 4 dice, which there is just 4 left. Yeah, so our general's going to... we can't affect... Oh, wait now. No, it's planes, yeah. The other 2 were in defending and rough. We were getting an extra dice for them. Well, I suppose we are getting 5 dice because it's Poland. Oh, okay. So yeah, here we go. 4 Soviet dice. Hang on. Yeah, we've done the special effect. They've got 1 hit already. That's horrible. Enable control, they're Western. There's no +1s. Yeah, here we go. Okay. No tanks. Oh my god. Oh, that's horrible. That's horrible. No tanks, we get 2 tanks and then the other 2 are hits. And remember, we've got a hit already here. This isn't good. That's an understatement. That's what I've got. And the combat's in planes. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits. Come on. Really? I mean, I know it was going to get hard, but... And you know what? It's not really... Well, I'm going to say it's not really the dice rolling that's affecting me there. It was there, but... The cards that I'm drawing as well, that... Like, just... I would have preferred this battle to be in Romania or Bulgaria or Hungary, I think. Mind you, it would have been just as bad, Grant, wouldn't it? Oh, I don't know. Okay, right, well, we've still got a die roll to go. So we've got 1 black and 4 white. 1, 2, 3. Is there 4 white dice? Oh, there is, yeah. So 1 black and 4 white. And we're defending in planes. That black needs to be attacked. Even then, I don't think it's going to help us. So we're adding +1 hit to the Axis combat roll for every black die that is rolled. So I'm going to take a black die, and I might as well do what I've done before. So that we're rolling 1 black die, so that's going to be a hit to start with. So we need 6 more hits. 5 dice. So we need the tank and 4, and that's just to tie with them. We need the tank and the 4 white dice to be hits. Okay, no problem. Here we go. No, still rough terrain. No air naval control. Here we go. Oh, I was forgetting about the guns. I forgot about the guns. Oh, that's good. I mean, that's horrible. That's such a shame, because I think we're actually tying, aren't we? I forgot about the guns. So, 1, 2, 2, 4. We've got 7. We've got 7. Haven't we? Look at these two. What a letdown. All we needed was one of them. Or another. Guns. I forgot about the guns. There's only one of them on the dice. We got 2 of them. That was lucky. So, I mean, we're still losing. Well, it's going to be an attrition. But we needed to match these, or we would have been retreating and taking horrible results. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame we never got 1 more hit, but I suppose two of them. That's a 1 in 6 chance on both of them, so you can't complain with that, Grant. Right, that's the hit we were getting from Von Kleist. And the attack is in plane, so that's going to count as 2. They're going to count as 2 each, because we've got the assault guns. So 2, 4, 6, 7 against their 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we tie. Yeah, and that Panzer's going away then, isn't it? There was no combat events at all there. It's a bit bizarre. So the Axis hits. No, hang on. We're defending. Axis hits is equal to Allied hits. 1 reduction and 1 retreat. And if we retreat, AG heads questioned. No, I don't want to retreat. No, I don't. So I take a reduction. So the Panzer Army gets traded in for a regular. We've got all our 3 Panzer Armies in the force pool and 3 regular armies. No reduced. But, yeah. Okay. So yeah, an attrition result. Yeah, I keep forgetting about the guns though. That was, yeah, pretty sweet. Okay, combat done. No questioning. All good. That was a horrible card, wasn't it? You know, 4 dice and a hit as well, really. Mind you, look at the ones after that, 1943 and 44 and 45. It's a nasty looking card, that, I think. I think if you look at even the Western faction, my guess is that the cards are Whether this being number 19 has got any relevance, I don't know, but pretty bad. So Von Bock was our AG head, wasn't he? Yeah, so he survived, okay. So he goes back in command, and then Von Kleist, who, yeah, did help, gave us the attrition, well, or did he? No. But he's been activated. He was a 6, he goes away, an hour and 10 minutes, what's the, 21? Yeah, I think I can push it to the end of the turn here. That's all the Soviet offensive complete. So military directives, objective check. We do have one. Right, is that, I felt like yeah, that is focusing, okay, yeah. Right, so after the objective check, return this card to the military directive card deck, even if it's successful, okay. The objective was any Allied controlled sector adjacent to an Axis controlled disk. Any Allied controlled sector, and this is where the combat happened. So this is definitely a yes. Whether, again, hopefully Carlos or somebody else can comment, whether if we hadn't went in there and they were still there, this would be a yes as well still. I'm not sure. So, but this is definitely a yes. We've got an Axis-controlled sector, El Alamein, adjacent to an Axis-controlled disk. So yes, it succeeds. We get +1 in the Air Naval Control Southern Front, and that's it. So Air Naval Control Southern Front goes up to 3. This card, like it said, the special ability is it goes back to the military directive deck. So I'm going to put back in. So we'll get a chance to look at that again next year. And yeah, I think we probably want to try and get it if we can. But I mean, you can see there's horrible other things going on anyway. So, right, moving on. Supply check. Yeah, let's get this finished off. Yeah, no issues again with supply. Nothing's changed. You will see that there's a naval supply of +2 here if you I suppose if you occupy this area, which we could get, but there's nobody. It adds a +2 to the die roll. The fact we've got 2 bases, one in Crete and one in Gibraltar. It could mean that if we did go and take Libya again or Northern Africa and we've got the port supply thing, that would help with that, but I'm not so sure I can see any of that happening, to be honest. So none of that needing check. Victory check, there's no issues there. So we go back to the bombing of Germany, which, yeah, we're going to suffer this time, the first time throughout the game, but we're moving on to the summer administrative phase of 1942. Now this is when we can bring in Barbarossa and at least try and get back at the Soviets. Just looking at that nasty card that we got last, if we were attacking them, 1942, they would get an immediate reduction on us in 4 days. I'm assuming this is a horrible card. But, yeah. Right, probably need to call it there. Yeah, well, you do, really. Yeah, okay, so we're going to leave it at that. Right, work's kicking in now for the next... Actually, the next 2 days, I've got a nice wee result on Friday. So Wednesday, Thursday, I'm going to be not here. But Friday, I've got a bit earlier finish than I thought. And I think I might be able to get to the table then for a part, at least. Probably just the one, but yeah. But I have had a good shot of things over the last few days, so I shouldn't complain as it was a bit quieter recently. Yeah, still enjoying this. It's really good. Carlos hasn't commented on volume 2 of this yet. He's not said anything. Keeping quiet about that. He does have another game being designed at the moment. I had a wee glance at that, and I couldn't tell you anything about it though. I want to say that it was a not a multiplayer game, but not a solo game. However, I believe that they were building a solo version, bot, whatever of it into it, which is good because I don't generally look at games unless they're and not just played both sides. I don't like that. It doesn't work for me. I need to have a specific solo, and the better the solo system, the more involved the solo system, the better. This is a co-op game, so it gets away with it being solo. I don't know about that other game if it's something similar. Yeah, I can't even remember the name. I did have a glance at it though, but I'll keep an eye on it and see how it's coming along or whatever. Right. Okay, I'll get away for now, and yeah, I'll be back in a few days. Cheers.